We'd like to welcome you to another edition of Pikeville Independent Schools Principals Forum. During the summer, we've been really busy and hope that both the students and the parents and our community members have had a wonderful summer and they're refreshed and energized and ready to come back. However, unlike most people think, whenever the students leave, a great deal of the staff and of course contractors and others are trying to make preparations, and certainly the two gentlemen that I have with me today are trying to make sure that we prepare for the students to come back. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, August the 9th, is the first day of school for Pikeville Independent Schools, and we've had two wonderful nights of open house at Pikeville Elementary School, and I'm sure there's a great deal that Mr. Jones wants to share regarding this, the principal of Pikeville Elementary School, and of course Mr. Rowe, principal of Pikeville High School, has a lot of events coming up, and of course many extracurricular activities on tap. So I'd like to begin with Mr. Jones, and I'm sure that you'd like to share everything from kinder camp to pre-registration and other activities along with the open houses, just getting started for the exciting year.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Pike TV for picking us up for another season. We really appreciate that. But on a serious note, we've had two great nights of open houses for our entire school. Haven't really got the numbers solidified yet, but I would imagine 97–98% attendance for open house, which is pretty much unheard of. We have great parental support. We appreciate that. Had parents making all kinds of good compliments about our school. The school was ready. Our teachers were ready. Everything went really, really well. We're excited about starting. I know the kids are. The kids came in. I know Mr. Green, I know you said this morning in our district-wide meeting that the smiling faces of those kids when they came in, that's what makes it worthwhile. When when you're standing there knowing that you've done all this work, getting ready to start the school year, and the kids come in with those smiling faces, make it all worthwhile. So we're really excited about starting. We want to take an opportunity to welcome our students back, our parents back for another school year. We're looking forward to a great school year. I have a couple of things, if you'd like me to go ahead and mention those things now. Last week, we had our kinder camp. That's kind of an additional chance for the parents of kindergarten students and also the kindergarten students themselves to meet their teacher, experience a day at Pikeville Elementary School, or actually a half a day at Pikeville Elementary School over the course of 2 days. They came in, they went through some activities, had a lot of great response there. So we're just excited about seeing these new kids come in. I hope and pray that we're as excited as they are, because I know they're awful excited to start school. That was successful. Again, I already mentioned open house last night. Just a couple of announcements, and I'll kind of go down my list here. Just want to remind everyone that our school day begins at 8 a.m. And ends at 2:55 p.m. That is our official school day at Pikeville Elementary. If you are an experienced parent, you know that those first couple of days are hectic. There's a lot of traffic coming in and out. We like to take a chance. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our city police force. They do a great job in helping us on that traffic those first couple of days. Mr. Bart Williams, our transportation director, does a good job getting the buses in and out. But it is hectic, and we understand that. We have parents coming in pretty early to get their kids in, and we want to encourage that, particularly until that schedule is established and you know how the traffic's going to flow. So, again, our school day begins at 8 a.m. We will accept children beginning at 7:20 a.m. in the morning. All staff will be there in the morning at that time to receive children, so we're looking forward to getting that started. As of right now, I talked to Mr. Green today. Of course, that's changing here and there. We have about 685 to 690 students, just depending on that's enrolled, just depending on how many show up tomorrow. But that's a great number. It's a good number. We're excited about that. Have a couple of announcements about some things upcoming. Miss Tracy Tackett does a really good job with our gifted and talented program in our district. She's having an informational meeting for parents. If you, the parents of children who the parents may think are gifted in the categories of music, art, dance, and drama. There is an audition process to become a student who is identified in that area. On Tuesday, the August 14th, at 6 p.m. at the Pikeville Elementary Auditorium, Miss Tracy Tackett will have a meeting for any parents as well as the students, explaining the process and giving information for gifted and talented identification. Again, that's in the areas of music, art, dance, and drama. We know we have quite a few talented students in our district in those fields, and she'll be happy to supply any information to any parent who may wish to ask her any questions on that evening. Once again, that's Tuesday, August 14th at 6 p.m. Also, one thing we started a couple years ago that's been successful, on the first day of school there's a lot of crying, but we found out that's typically the mothers and the fathers of new students. We started a program through our resource center, Miss Dawn Rowe. It's called the BooHoo Breakfast, and we have some light snacks, a light breakfast there, beginning at 7:30 in our library in the morning, and that's on the first day of school, Thursday, August the 9th. After you drop off your child, we ask that parents please feel free to come in our library, grab a light breakfast. I'll step in to speak to you a few moments, and we'll socialize a little bit as we get our day started. So that'll be a good time, a good chance to get together and meet some of your fellow parents. Miss Dawn wanted me to announce this, and I know this was discussed this morning. We are fortunate enough in our district. We have the resources available that we of course, we drug test our employees. We drug test our coaches, our student athletes. Also, anyone who volunteers is a registered volunteer in our school. Is subject to drug testing, and also there's a volunteer training night and days. And in my first newsletter, I'll talk about that in just a moment. But in our first newsletter, I'll be sending out some dates and times. There's going to be 2 evening trainings for anyone who wants to volunteer in our school, and 2 daytime trainings. So those dates will be coming home with your children. If you plan on volunteering in our school this school year, you must go through that training, and also you must submit to a random drug screening in our district. So those dates will be coming home pretty soon. Mr. Howard, our elementary athletic director, asked me to announce that on Monday, August 13th at 6 p.m. at Bob Amos Park, there will be a parent meeting for all students and their parents who will be participating in Little League football. Also, practice will be beginning at 6 p.m. on August the 13th at Bob Amos Park. But he asked that all parents come and bring their children for that meeting. In the case of inclement weather, that meeting will be held at the elementary school auditorium. So that's Monday, August 13th at 6 p.m. at Bob Amos Park. And he wanted me also to announce that all students who are participating in athletics, grades 2 through 6, must have a sports physical. And if they don't have that on file, they can pick that up, the form at the school. We, of course, every year brings a few staff changes. We'll have a couple to announce, just so our public will know that. We have a new kindergarten teacher this year. Actually, it's an experienced teacher, but she's moved to kindergarten. Miss Annie Sword will be teaching kindergarten this year. Miss Karen Thacker, a veteran primary teacher, is now taking on the role of a reading recovery teacher in our school. She's actually been attending some training this summer for that, and she'll be starting that position in the morning. Mr. Drew Cecil, who was a 5th grade social studies teacher, is now a 6th grade geography teacher. So he's basically still teaching the social studies type curriculum. However, it's geography, and it's in 6th grade. I know he'll do a good job there as well as all the other ones. I know Mr. Roll will probably mention this in a moment, but we'd like to welcome Dr. Scott Persalia. Is our new, I guess, director of bands is his title at the high school, and he's also doing our elementary band, and he will be teaching a 5th grade general music class at the elementary school. Miss Kim Fields last year was in 4th grade. Miss Fields is now going to be doing 1st grade. She has experience in 1st grade. She moved to 4th grade last year because there was a need, and now she's back in 1st grade. Miss Nikki Cole is going to be doing 4th grade science for us this year. So we'd like to first of all thank all those people for accepting those new roles, and also just let everyone know that I'm confident that all those people in new positions will do an exceptional job like they've always done. One other thing, and Mr. O will probably address this as well, I'm in the process of updating my email list. We asked for all parents as they signed in for open house to list their email address for my newsletter. I'm in the process of doing that. My first newsletter, more than likely, Friday will come home, hard copy. I'll send it home with students, and I'll still send it out on my old email address. But as I know Mr. Rose mentioned this before, it's when you have students moving from the elementary to the middle school, then students who graduate, that list changes year to year. So I'm updating that completely. Hopefully by next week's newsletter, it can go out on email. But I'll send a hard copy home this week. That's really all I have. Mr. Rose said I'd take an hour. I think I took a little less than that, so I think
Close.
That's all.
Thank you. Now, just to follow up on what you were sharing there, the numbers within our school district are up at Pikeville Independent Schools. We are growing this year, unlike most school districts in eastern Kentucky, and we're fortunate or blessed to be doing so. However, again, we have the open enrollment with 5 other districts where we receive students. However, if you're a resident of Pike County, there is a waiting list right now. We're limited to 320 students. So please make sure that if you want or are interested in your son or daughter attending Pikeville Elementary School or Pikeville High School, that you complete the application form. And we date stamp those, and we even put a time on those so that we get you in that order to get enrolled here at Pikeville Independent Schools. So just want to make sure pass that along, because we do have some students on the waiting list right now to get in our school district, and just want to commend both of you and your staffs that there is a waiting list to attend the schools. It says something about the performance there.
And also, I'm positive that there are some out there who are in district who will be coming to enroll. We ask and we desire that that's done early, during our enrollment period at the end of the school year. But we also understand that doesn't always happen. So we will have staff available, the first few days of school, actually any day, for a parent to just bring your student in. If you're in district, you bring your student in. We can enroll you right there. Make sure you understand all the necessary paperwork you have to have. So just come on in, even if you're not enrolled and you're in district. Of course, Mr. Green, mentioned the the caps being full from our county, but you just bring them in, and we can take care of them right there in the office.
Right, and just a couple other things really quickly. I know that Mr. Howard was signing up had several sign-ups for the football and the extracurricular there, and of course the teachers and staff will be going over all extracurricular activities for your son or daughter, whether it be STLP, whether it be the chorus there that meets each week, along with ESS when that starts up, or the after-school tutoring. We've got several after-school activities that be following up with more information about, and the teachers will be sharing with them this week.
All those things will come home in the form of newsletters, emails, you will be made aware of all those activities.
Right. And had 2 great nights of open house that you mentioned. Want to thank the staff. I hope it was obvious to parents and also the students that every teacher was excited to have your son or daughter there. We look forward to it. We talked about this morning as an entire staff about those inquisitive smiling faces and hitting the door, and how excited those students are. And we're thankful and blessed to have a staff there that will be inspiring to your students, to be inspiring to your son or daughter, and actually looking forward. And by the end of the day, we've talked about making certain that they feel not only welcome, but that a student actually knows that, hey, my teacher cares about my health, my welfare, and certainly my progress later. So, and the same holds true for the high school. And I know we've got open house coming up next week, and you've got quite a new faces, several new faces, and staff members, Mr. Rowe. I know things are exciting there.
Very exciting. First of all, I'd like to send out a thank you to our custodial staff. They did an outstanding job this summer of getting our facility ready for a new school year. Thanks to Mr. Green and the board, because a couple of our rooms that had the old carpet in it now has been ripped out. I know Mr. Asbury's, Mr. Branham's, and in the band room we have new tile down, so it really looks like a new place. It's bright and exciting, so we've got some happy teachers, I'm sure some happy students, so thank you for Mr. Green and the board for that. I want to thank all of our staff who volunteered for the pre-registration day. We had a great turnout for students to come in. It's exciting because they, of course, get a look at their schedule and get things going. With our new hire at the guidance counselor, we changed something a little bit this year. We let our juniors and seniors and then our freshmen and our sophomore do their schedule changes before school started. So those, for the most part, are complete. As for the 7th and 8th graders, that will happen the first and second day of school. So all the 9 through 12 should be completed except for the students who haven't registered yet, or those will come in a little bit late. So I think it's been a good process so far, and our students seem pretty excited about the classes we're offering. I know the AP curriculum is a big push, and we're still continuing that, and we've got students who are fighting for spots to get in there, so that's a good thing for Pikeville and for our stakeholders. A couple of dates that pop into mind. Friday, August the 10th, we have Meet the Panthers. That is from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock for our football team, so we invite everybody to come out. We have a silent auction that our football boosters are doing, so it's a big fundraiser for our football team, so come out and support us, and hopefully we'll see you there. We have Thursday, August the 16th is our open house. That is from 6 to 8 p.m. Basically, we do it as an open house / college night, so we'll have local colleges and universities in attendance, so parents as early as for a 7th grader can start these conversations with colleges to see exactly what it's going to take to get certain types of scholarships. And we'll be sharing some information about scholarships and GPAs and ACT when we meet with parents. So we look forward to meeting our parents at that time. You'll have a chance to meet your teachers. I know your teachers are excited to meet the parents as well. Monday, August the 20th is a change in the date. That is when our fall sports pictures will be. Again, that is Monday, August the 20th. I know we've had a lot of calls about when that would be. We had to change some things, some to do with weather and once with a photographer, but it is now set for August the 20th. The new faces, we've got quite a few. I want to thank Mr. Thomas and other members of the committees who worked hard all summer interviewing multiple candidates. We are one of the few schools or few districts that have jobs that are open, and with our reputation and our pay scale, we get quality applicants. So we had some strong interviews with a lot of people. I can tell you that we've hired Sarah Casson as an 8th grade language arts teacher. She'll be replacing Miss Stone. Emily Lucas is high school mathematics. She'll be replacing Mr. Belcher. Jerry McNamee, 7th grade mathematics. We are adding a second math class to 7th grade for this year. Andrew Petrie as a high school fine arts teacher. Dr. Scott Brasaglia, director of bands. And Dawn Stewart as our guidance counselor. Brasaglia and Miss Kelly are itinerant positions. So Miss Kelly will be coming from the elementary school for 2 periods a day, and for 2 periods a day, our new director of bands will be going there. So basically, Miss Kelly is going to be working with the chorus, and of course, our director of bands will be working with all our bands. Something that Mr. Jones mentioned a few minutes ago is we are changing the way we're doing our stakeholder email. It is very difficult in the end of the school year to delete all the emails for students who are graduating. So what we're doing here at the high school is we're using actually the e-communication tool through the district. So basically go to the school website, type in Pikeville Independent Schools through Google. Once you get on the school website, scroll down on the left-hand side and click e-communication. Once you do that, just enter your name, your cell phone number, and an email address, and this allows us to send you text and the stakeholder email every Friday. And that's the information I have for you.
Great. I know that many of our parents have the Infinite Campus iPhone app, and I know you've sent out on your stakeholder email about the instant messenger regarding the homework assignments. Would you like to share some about that?
Yes, parents really picked up on this last year, and part of our open house will actually have Mr. Asbury to model what this app will look like both on an iPhone and an Android system. Basically, this allows parents to access their students and their grades. The new feature this year is the push notification. Basically, if a student has not turned in an assignment or has gotten a 0 on the assignment, parents will be notified immediately. And we know our stakeholders, so we expect once that happens, our students will be getting their work done much quicker.
Right. Well, I know that you, the guidance counselor, Mr. Belcher, and others have been in extensive conversations with the University of Pikeville concerning dual credit courses, and want to make sure that our community members and all our stakeholders realize that we run buses throughout the day, and we're so thankful for that partnership with the University of Pikeville. But again, our students at Pikeville High School are afforded the opportunity to accumulate 29 college credit hours, and just if you'd like to take a second to share some of the opportunities available.
The great opportunity at Pikeville, of course, are for those 29 hours. If the students take the classes at Pikeville High School, there is 0 cost to the parents. Currently, we've got, I think, 15 hours set up for this year. If a student wanted to take all 15 hours of those, that would be 0 cost to a parent. I mean, that's just an outstanding opportunity. For a dual credit class that is off campus, UPike is charging $100 per hour. So for a 3-hour class, it would cost our students $300 to do that. Like Mr. Green said, there is a bus running nonstop, and we've got students who are taking advantage of it. And I just couldn't imagine being able to step foot in as a freshman in college and basically almost be a sophomore. I mean, it's just an opportunity that is not matched anywhere.
Right. And again, our Board of Education is continuing to pay for the AP exams. And for those of you that aren't familiar with that, the exam to receive college credit, if your son or daughter scores a 3, a 4, or a 5, to receive college credit for that course is $87.50 per exam. And again, the district covers the full cost on this. And I know of no other district out of 174 where it's 100% covering the cost, or there's no cost to the students or the parents. And in several districts, you'll see Advanced Kentucky, where it's with the math and the science only. And of course, we're blessed that our school district covers the cost on all subject areas related to advanced placement courses. So those students that are interested in taking advantage of that, it's a huge cost savings. And other parents will ask, well, why push them ahead so far? And we have several students that will want to go into professional areas later, and it will wipe a year off. They can take what would amount to an additional year for the same amount of time they'll be with other classmates from other places. So it will take that off. So we're certainly thankful to have that, and to have that opportunity afforded. And I know that although tomorrow's our first day of school, you have several activities going on extracurricular-wise at the high school.
Yes, we've got volleyball, soccer, and football all in full swing. We've got a football scrimmage coming up Thursday, August the 9th. That is at Perry Central. Hopefully some of our fans will be able to make that trip there. But everybody else is geared up, and the seasons are getting ready to start. Our students have been working hard. We apologize for changing some of the practices because we have to constantly keep up the heat index, and it's been quite warm this summer. So kudos for our coaches for checking the heat index, and we have to adjust practice times accordingly because of that. Right,
and this is something that need to say a thank you to both of you fellows if you'd like to touch on. We realize that no one has to share with us the condition of the economy, not only in Eastern Kentucky but across our nation right now, in an effort relating to that and to try to save parents costs. I'd like to let both of you take an opportunity to share what you fellows have done as far as with class fees and what you've tried to do with supply cost and those kinds of things. And please pass that along to the parents as far as the savings for them.
I'll go first. Over the past couple of years, we've had some discussion on the supply fees that is charged to parents, and we've had various amounts. When I came here in 2007, there was some some higher amounts being charged, and those amounts changed as you went from kindergarten, say, through 6th grade. We knew that that sometimes a burden was placed on our parents with a $35, $40, $50 fee. We have worked to streamline supply lists, things required for students at school. Those supply lists have already went home. They've been picked up. They will, if not been picked up during open house, and they'll go home tomorrow with students. But also we have greatly reduced our fees for some of the student consumable items that they will be using personal use. We now have a flat $15 fee for all students, which has been greatly reduced over the course of a few years. I like to credit our teachers for understanding that we need to tighten up a little bit, tighten our belt, so to speak. And also you sat down, we had some parental input through our site-based council and also through some committee work. We looked at those numbers and realized that we were, placing some burden on our parents. So we decided to decrease that as much as possible. And again, it's a flat $15 fee, plus the supply list has been greatly reduced.
Okay. Mr. Rudd?
We looked at it really hard last year, and again, kind of echoing what Mr. Jones says, it was an undue hardship on our parents, and we knew that. So we worked hard, and we eliminated our class fees. The only thing we charge currently now is for the athletic fee, which is $35. That helps cover the cost of the insurance we have for our student athletes. Also, if you're in grades 9 through 12, we charge $40 for a textbook rental. That goes back to the board to help pay for the books. I want to commend Mr. Green and the board because a lot of districts can't afford to buy textbooks, and we make sure that every kid has a textbook in hand. Some districts do a classroom set. That means kids cannot take the book home. And it's not a cheap investment when we buy these textbooks, but it seems like it's every other day we're calling because we need more textbooks. But Mr. Green and the board always step up to the plate and do that for us, so I want to thank them for that.
Something that we've tried to do in every subject area, and specifically mathematics for this past year with the new standards out, is making sure that we have the new math text for the standards backed all the way down from the college level down to kindergarten. And of course the elementary school has been training on the new math textbook series, and we want to make sure that we're in line with those new standards, and the same will hold true for language arts. And as these other standards roll out, that we have the new textbooks for our students, so that each year we're exactly where we should be with that, and making sure it's the philosophy that we try to take here is to take where we need them to be entering the college level and simply map backwards all the way down, and so that your son or daughter is more than prepared, because the state will only assess minimum grade level standards. So sure, we want to do well on those statewide tests. We want to showcase our students' efforts and the hard work of both they and the teachers and your support at home. But again, that just assesses minimum standards. We want to go above and beyond that always and make certain that they're ready for those college level courses. And again, we're extremely excited. We're thankful to have your son or daughter in our school district. And again, we're pushing toward the same goal that was accomplished last year, where 100% of our students again will be enrolled in attending college this month. So this past May we had 100%, and again, that's the goal we're shooting for, aiming at career and college readiness. So we look forward to working with you, want to see you out to every event possible, and we're so excited about having your son or daughter in Pikeville Independent Schools. Thank you.